This is Blake Atwood with FaithVillage.com. Today we're talking with Billy Coffey, author of Snow Day, Paper Angels, and his most recent work, When Mockingbirds Sing. Whatever doesn't wind up in one of his books usually appears on BillyCoffey.com. And as a contributor to Faith Village, we've been thrilled to see Billy's work grace our site as well. Billy, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Blake. Happy to be here.
So tell us what we should know about the book and what kinds of readers might get the most out of reading it.
The story is about a little girl named Leah Norcross, whose family's just moved to a small town in Virginia called Mattingly. Leah's a very shy little girl. She's a very lonely little girl. She has a stutter that makes it kind of difficult for her to really forge any kind of relationships with people. And yet she starts painting these wonderful pictures of the town, and she says that her friend the Rainbow Man is directing her to paint these pictures, and these pictures actually start coming true. And the town becomes enamored with Leah. She's kind of a celebrity now, along with the Rainbow Man. But as she keeps painting these pictures, the things that she paints starts turning a little darker with each one. And her final painting shows the town destroyed. And so all the townspeople have to decide for themselves whether the Rainbow Man is real or if this is just a case of a lonely little girl trying to get noticed by the world.
I listened to the story that you told via video, and you talked about how your daughter and the Rainbow Man led you to write When Mockingbirds Sing. Do you mind sharing that story with us?
Yeah, actually, my daughter was 4 when the Rainbow Man came to our house. I had tucked her into bed one night and turned her light off and came back a little later to check on her, and I heard her talking, and I peeked into her bedroom, and she was sitting up and staring at this empty spot at the end of her bed, and I asked her what she was doing. She said she was talking to her friend the Rainbow Man, and I just kind of chuckled and left it at that. I think, you know, we all have an imaginary friend at some point growing up, but it just kept on after that, and another night I snuck back there, and instead of peeking at her, I actually just stood there and listened to her for a little bit, and you know, what I heard was a little strange. She was talking, but it was more than that. She was listening too. She was laughing, and it sounded more like a conversation. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I asked her the next morning what the Rainbow Man talked to her about, and she wouldn't tell me, but she gave me a description of what he looked like. And actually, it's pretty much word for word the description of the Rainbow Man that I give in the book from Leah. And I finally got out of her that the Rainbow Man told her that something really bad was going to happen, and then something really good was going to happen. And 4 months later, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
That's crazy. And how old is she now?
She's 11 now.
And has she read the book?
She hasn't. She's read parts. She reads everything, so she's got that on her list.
Does she want to follow in her father's footsteps?
Oh, she does. Our whole house is filled with notebooks and story ideas, and if they're not mine, they're hers.
I have not had the opportunity to read your previous 2 books, but they're on my list. Would you say that this new book is a departure from those 2 in any way?
Yes, definitely. I think with the first 2 books, I was trying to kind of get up off my feet, you know, try to learn how to write fiction. Before, I had been mostly focused on nonfiction, kind of the personal essay kind of thing. But with this novel, When Mockingbirds Sing, it's my first, I think, really true shot at a novel, and I think it worked out really well.
Thanks a lot for your answers and for your time today, Billy.
All right, thanks, Blake.
So be sure to buy a copy of When Mockingbirds Sing in the Faith Village bookstore at store.faithvillage.com. Check out Billy's blog at BillyCoffey.com. That's coffee with an EY. Connect with him on Twitter at Billy Coffey. And throw him a like on Facebook at facebook.com/BillyCoffeyWriter.